Hello, hello, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. Give me half a second to verify the sound. All right, there's the music. I didn't have a countdown like I normally would. All right, sound is good. I hope y'all are doing well, everybody. Hope y'all had a great day and all that good stuff. So this was just a knee-jerk reaction to playing this. So my apologies for not being as clean and as tidy as I normally would. I didn't set up everything. I really wanted to do a shout out video for all the church live streams today, but I couldn't find the graphics that I made for everything. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I was playing some video games for a little bit, but then I got kind of bored with that. So I was like, hey, wanted to chat with y'all. I got a couple of video ideas, but at the same time, I want to sit down and chat with y'all. We haven't had a Sunday chat in a while. Everybody said they enjoyed these, and y'all can see my screen. It's not completely covering everything. I got a new chair because I gave my daughter my chair. So anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. I'm seeing a bunch of y'all are enjoying the music, and it looks like I am streaming at 1080p, but the web presenter is sending too much data now to YouTube. Now they're saying I'm sending too much. So let me throttle it down, hopefully to get that message away. I hope y'all are doing well. There's really not any major format to this, and I need to set this in a way that y'all can see the comments. I guess I need to move the comments to a different side. Let me bring this up half a second so I can get up out of the way of that. Can we move it over here? Yeah, let's move it over there. Again, I know this isn't super professional, but hey, can we get it right? There we go. All right, so I can sit right here. Hey, everybody, again. This is going to be fun. So what is the title about this? Kind of just want to chat with y'all because, like I said, I've been hearing a lot of folks in Facebook based on if y'all were on the live stream when I was showing the video of a church install, I was a little bothered by some stuff, and we ultimately ended up having a Q&A on that Sunday, and it seems like, I don't know if this is the season, but a lot of folks in media ministry are going through some stuff. And I just want to, give some encouragement to y'all, but then also just chat at the same time and just tell y'all that, hey, you're not out there by yourself. Everybody got some stuff going on, and mainly to encourage y'all to realize for you to understand your worth. I have a video that I think I'm still going to do about how you and one individual person can earn money for your media ministry, give you some tips, some of the stuff that I've done, and hopefully share it. A part of me is like, AJ, most people don't talk about stuff like that because they feel that you're giving away your secret, but I really kind of don't care about that. And Josh's comment has been up the entire time, and I didn't take it down. What are you doing? Get out of here. Oh, okay. I had way too many feels up. That's why. So anyway, Josh, hello. Mike, hello. Rob, hello. Parker, hello. Robert, hello. Carriers of the Covenant, hello. And Don, hello. I hope y'all are all doing well. I want y'all to know that just out of all the stuff that y'all are doing, y'all know, but it's good to hear the statement again. The things that we do in media ministry are very intricate and difficult for the untrained. We put a lot of time into the stuff that we do. Y'all watch my videos, you watch church front videos, you watch a whole Brady Shear, you watch a whole bunch of other people, as well as other channels and resources and stuff like that to perfect your craft. And a lot of people don't understand that. And let me know down in the chat. Drop a what's a letter that we can pick? A Y. Why don't we drop a Y in the chat to say, yeah, if you agree that y'all do put in a lot of extra work outside of whatever typical day that you have your service, that you put work in to perfect what you're doing. And again, I know I'm talking to the choir. Most of y'all are media ministry, so the people that you really want to hear this aren't on here. But I just want to encourage you that even if people are just tearing you down, not appreciating the stuff that you do, I say this at the end of my videos for a specific reason, that I appreciate what you're doing. Yeah, I'm not at your media ministry. Yeah, I'm not in your city. I'm not in your state. I might not even be in your country. But I understand what you're putting in. And as best as I can from the platform I want to tell y'all, thank you for what you're doing, because there's so much stuff out there that you could be doing. And honestly, like I said, a lot of times media ministry is a thankless job. And the reason why I do giveaways and stuff like that is not to get the attention, is because I asked God a long time ago if he would allow me to get to a certain place. I will try and help as much as I can. He woke me up at 1:30 in the morning, said, AJ, I want you to teach my people media ministry. And that's what I'm doing. Have I reached the millions and millions of subscribers? No, not yet, but I will. But my whole thing is, it doesn't matter whether I believe, just like we study so hard, even if you only have one person in your ministry that you're serving to, your live stream is only reaching one person, that's still important. That's just as important as you reaching the millions. And even if I only had one person, if you go back in the day when I was doing my church post-production live stream on Sundays, there were times I was doing that video by myself and there was nobody on there. I believe in giving the best you can, even if nobody's watching, because I really feel that that's going to come back around. And I say that I try and give the most that I can, whether we have 1 subscriber, 1,000 subscribers, and I think we just went over 44,000. I want to give whatever I possibly can to help y'all as much as you can, because again, I know it hurts sometimes when you give and give and give and you constantly getting kicked in the teeth. You know, I don't know. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm rambling. It's just that I don't want to put people's information out there, but I've had a bunch of people that have had to step down from media ministries because they feel like they were being taken advantage of. They were actually being mistreated. And again, just because we're Christians does not mean, yes, we're supposed to turn another cheek, but being a Christian does not mean that you have to be stupid and let people walk over you and mistreat you and do all that other stuff. No, it has nothing to do with that. I want you to understand that the skill set, the desire for you to research and want to do more in media ministry, there's a reason why you were given that hunger for that. And if you follow that out, just like when, you know, God directed me to follow this out, a lot of people thought what I was doing was silly. Honestly, sometimes I thought this was silly, but I'm like, hey, you know what, God, that's what you told me. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to follow in this path, and I'm going to keep going. And he has just blessed me so much more than finances and all this other stuff. And I'm going to put this person on blast right now in a good way. I remember there's this one guy here. I don't see him in the chat, but hopefully he'll join here pretty soon. He may still be on the road, but I'm a highlight this one person here. Let me make sure I get my green screen and everything set up right when I switch back here. This guy right here, Anthony. This guy used to call me when he was following my videos on how to build a computer. And we went back and forth for a while, didn't realize that both of us didn't realize he had the Decklink mini monitor instead of the mini recorder. He was having issues with the memory, his CPU. We got through that whole thing. And now another ministry has reached out to him to where he was able to build a system and help out another ministry with their live stream. That's so exciting about this. I always say this so much to y'all that it's like my whole goal is not necessarily to hit 1 million subscribers, but to help all of y'all hit 1 million subscribers, and then our influence to get bigger. Because hey, what's the point of me having one humongous orchard when I can help having millions of orchards to reach and impact millions and millions of people? And just the fact that he was able to help and bless this other ministry. And I said it right here, congrats, bro, so proud of you. And I said, tell him to document the process. This is a walking, living testimony of what God can and will do with those who choose to step out in faith. And that's really what this is. So many of y'all are in at your home ministry, and everybody thinks, and there goes my green screen. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's it at? Turn it back on, AJ. No, not that one. Oh, well. Let me go back to regular screen. I want to do the green screen. Forget it. Let's just go back. Yeah. I told you I wasn't prepared for what I was going to do. But the idea is, it's just so awesome to know that I need y'all to know y'all's worth. Understand the skills that you may be using at your ministry that some people might not understand, might not appreciate. There's somebody out there that will benefit from it. I'm not telling you to leave your ministry. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the skills that you are developing right now, that you're cutting your teeth against, you may be at where you're at right now just to hone your craft, and then you're able to bless other people. You got to think, I've been doing this at my home. Well, I've been doing video and playing around with this stuff since 2000, just playing around with stuff. I never knew it was going to get to this point. But yeah, it's like I said, this is interactive. I'm gonna bring y'all up in here as well too. Again, we're not putting nobody on blast, and all. But is anybody feeling me when y'all are talking about that you feel like sometimes it's like you feel like all the work and the effort and everything that you're doing is for nothing sometimes, or the people you're around are not appreciating it? Again, I'm not talking about putting your church on blast, putting ministers, I'm not saying that at all. Because again, even as a minister in music for so long, there was a lot of times I would put in a lot of work for music, and it just felt like, But the scripture's escaping me right now, but realize everything that we do is not for man, So let me cycle through here. Like I said, thank y'all so much for joining. This is no real format to this. This is just me talking, and maybe it's just an environment for us to talk and share. Media ministry, hello. Excuse me. St. Jude Deliverance, hello. Vicky, hello. Elder DeCarey, hello. Streets of Destiny, hello. KCMI 89, what's going on? Like I said, man, I just really want to encourage y'all, if anybody's having any low moments, that hey, whatever you're going through, sorry, let me see. Pardon my absence, but it was due to what you're talking about now. Okay, no problem. We got some folks from Africa here. A bunch of people are in here saying yes, totally understand. We got a lot of people here. Lamorris Hampton, bring your comment up here. It's a tearjerker to know that sometimes I need to hear a thank you, but never get it. Hey, thank you. Lamorris, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. I know I'm not at your ministry. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. Again, hey, we're human. Yeah, we don't do it for man's approval, but sometimes we were made to commune with other people, and sometimes you need to hear that. So thank you. I really hope you understand that I'm saying that to you, Morris. KCMI 89 was saying It definitely is a thankless job. People don't understand how much time it takes to do what I do. Hey, that's the idea of this community. So where when we don't get it from here, we know we can go to other people who understand the type of push that you're doing. And I just want y'all to realize, even if no one tells you thank you, you're doing something great. We all are given gifts and talents for a certain reason. Even if the place that you're at, they don't appreciate it, I promise you, it is appreciated. I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. Do you know how many times it was so frustrating for me to post video after video after video, and the only 6 people who were watching it were me, my mom, on the TV when I was at home watching it, the church account that I was logged into watching it, and then my sports one that I was watching it, and my gaming channel. Those were the 6 people who were watching it. It was just me watching it over and over again. You know, it's awesome, folks, and we got and again, Papa Midnight says it the same way here, and that's why I'm saying, just because we're Christians does not mean that we let people abuse us in a certain way. I want you to understand that, yes, thank you for all the stuff you're doing, but I need you to do everything in wisdom. When you know you are being mistreated, it is not your role. Now, let me curtail this. Whatever decision you make, please seek God's direction and prayer. I'm no one to tell you this. There's times I've stayed at ministries, not my current ministry, but there are other ministries in the past I stayed at that everything in my body told me to leave, but my assignment was not over yet. So be mindful of that. But at the same time, God does not put us in a position for us to just get walked over and mistreated, which is just like Papa Midnight was saying, don't let people walk over you. You don't. Hey, well, I appreciate it, man. It's like my whole goal is to empower y'all, not just in learning technology and cameras and websites and stuff like that. I count it a privilege and an honor to be where I'm at right now, and as best as I can, I want to help out, because I know when I was where I was at, there wasn't anything. So one of the traits I learned, I've shared this with y'all before when I was in the Marines, I just took this from wherever. I come into a room, I find out the position of authority, who's ever in there. If no one is there, I establish one. That's in my nature. So me having to go through this and not have anything to really directly show me, and I had to piecemeal stuff together. My whole goal is like, hey, this was hard as heck for me to do. Let me make it easier for anybody else that's coming behind. You know, and that's the reason why I do the giveaways, to where when I've been blessed with whatever income comes in from YouTube is, you know, I'm wise in the income, but then I turn around and try and give as much as I possibly can. That does not give anybody license to blow my email up and say, please bless my small church out here in Bug Tussle. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you need to seek God more than you seek me, you know. But I want to be able to help as best as I possibly can. You are welcome, and I saw your consultation. Looking forward to talking with you here in the next couple of days. Don here. I've been there before. I'm not bragging, but I have been in media ministry for over 40 divided by years. I got you. I mean, and see, that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's thank you for the constant dedication, Don. I mean, anybody else, you got to think, how many people who are nagging or picking at whatever you're doing, who don't understand what we're doing, what have they done? It's not a competition, but this is what I have to tell. This is what I used to have to tell myself, how I got over public speaking. I am not afraid to talk in front of 5 people or 50 million people. I'm not afraid of that, because I learned a long time ago, when I was doing music at my dad's church, when I was playing in marching band and all this other stuff, if anybody can critique and tell me that I'm not doing it right, I can easily hand you the keyboard, the mic, or the trombone and say, please show me how to do it. And most of the time when you do that, those people can't do it. So I learned a long time ago, when people are criticizing, all they're really saying is, if I was you, I couldn't do it. They're not saying you couldn't do it. They're saying if they were in your position, they couldn't do it. That's why there are a few things that get me upset. Wasting my time and then telling me what I can't do. You want to show a guaranteed way for me to make something work? Tell me I can't do it. I will bend over backwards and go through hell and high water just to prove you wrong. I don't let anyone set your limits. Don't let anybody. No one knows the depth of you, your skill set, what you can grow, what you can learn, what you can do. No one can do that. Only you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. You know, don't be silly now. I'm not talking about like, oh, I believe I can fly and jump off a building. Come on now. Think. Getting even to everybody. Mike, it's hard when leadership does not have the same vision for the media ministry and don't see the potential. I agree, but let me roll that back just a little bit, Mike, not counter what you're saying. Your media ministry should have a vision. Your media ministry's vision should be a piece that contributes to the overall vision of the ministry. I don't believe in dissension in any way, shape, or form. At no point in time, just like with music, I've seen so many other musicians that, they feel the pastor's going on too long. They start playing, and any musicians in the group who's on the chat know what I'm talking about. They would get on the piano and the organ, and they will unction that preacher to hurry up and shut their stuff down. I don't believe in stuff like that. That's nonsense. And that goes for any ministry. Media should not override anything. Now, it's another thing if your ministry doesn't have a vision at all. The people perish for the lack of vision. You know, you need to have something, but no matter what your media ministry needs to have a vision, and then educate leadership on how the media ministry's vision is a part of the overall ministry's vision. And it's not a competition. Just like I'm not in competition with you. I don't care if you're Baptist, Church of God in Christ, Methodist, Lutheran. I do not care. If your mission is about spreading the message of Jesus Christ throughout the entire world, guess what? We're on the same team. That's me. But I completely agree with you, Mike. Again, that wasn't a tangent to negate what you were saying. We got another one here saying, yes, I do feel underappreciated at times, underfunded, and I have lost most of my crew. Got to do it myself. Hey, I've been there. A bunch of people have been there. The fact, I remember, and I said this before, and I know it sounds silly, but it says, you ever heard the statement where it says, you got what it takes? I've heard that statement before, and then it just came to me. It says, the reason why the situation came to you, you have whatever it is coming to take from you. And what is really trying to show you is that you have the ability to do it. You know, again, it might sound frustrating. It might get frustrating at some times, but God wouldn't put nothing there if you weren't able to handle it, you know. And then I remember times it was like when I had to do everything myself, I just considered it, it's like, just like with Job, when God, when Satan came upon there and he was like, hey, God, have you considered your servant Job? The only reason why he does all this stuff is because you've kept your hand on him. You've kept him safe. You've given him all this and this, and this. And God was bragging on you. He was like, no, go ahead and take everything. Just don't touch his life. You never know. Maybe God's doing the same thing. Look, you know what? They're going to be faithful. Hey, take all their people. Take all their people. They're still going to do what I blessed them to do. And then it only happens for a season. This stuff does not stay here forever. It came to pass. It didn't come to stay. Let's see what y'all talking about. Fully remote service format at the height of COVID gave our ministry a newfound appreciation for the media team. Unfortunately, sometimes when people have hit rock bottom, then they realize, oh, man, we didn't have to hit rock bottom. because we had stuff in place. But sometimes people just don't notice that. And thankfully, that's what it is. To answer your question, if you're dealing with people, yes. People, technology is not hard. People are the difficult part. Rob, completely agree. Way to build up the body. This part is overlooked until something doesn't work. Exactly. You know, you have to build each other up, because if the only time you get called is when you're tech support, sometimes tech support just might not be there. You know, you can, and I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, you can get paid millions to do whatever. You look at the reasons why people leave their job or whatever. Number one is not money. It's appreciation. People would do way more for being appreciated than they will for giving money. Way, way more. See, there was a shirt that we had about this statement like this. It was like, I need to turn it into another one. It was phrased differently. It was a poster I saw. It says, before you criticize anything, have you volunteered? That would be my question. Oh, if you know how the cameras need to go, you know what? You sound just like the person we need in the media ministry. And most of the time, that'll either shut them up or you got your new volunteer. Rummage for Riches here. And hey, drop y'all's comments. I'm going through them here, you know. Hey, everybody. Hey, AJ, our pastor expresses his appreciation for the time and effort my daughter and I put into the online ministry. We all want to push the online presence further. That's the goal. When you have somebody that understands that, that makes it so much easier. But I also want to encourage y'all, even if you don't have that push, you can still do it. You can still do it. Sam here saying what's even more difficult is when people don't want to listen and learn. Hey, you know what the first step of wisdom is? Let me know down in the comments. Do y'all know what the first step of wisdom is? And my answer is a little more punchy and a little more funny. But the first step to wisdom is to realize that you don't know nothing. Or how I like to say it, the first step to reason to wisdom is know that you're stupid, that you don't know everything. You know, you have to have a certain level of confidence in there. And I was listening to an audio book when I was driving yesterday. You have to have a certain balance of confidence, because if you have too much confidence, you feel like you don't need to learn. Too less confidence, you don't want to learn. You know, so you have to have a balance of that. You know, you need anybody that's their mindset is they don't want to listen. They're unteachable. And I you know what? I think for me, I feel that maybe this isn't your calling. Maybe this ministry isn't that, because the fact that what we do changes daily and sometimes even hourly. If you can't listen and learn, you are outdated and you're not going to be able to keep up. Mike here, going back to what we were saying. Yeah, I agree. It should not contradict, but the leadership said it was only for people who couldn't attend church. Well, and this is kind of like in one of the chapters of the book that I'm working on it, folks. I'm working on it. I'm going to be back on it, working right when we get off of this. Realize your life. I mean, that is. Let me put an analogy like this. Your fishing line and your fishing rod can be used as a hobby. Y'all can agree with that. You fishing on the pier can be a hobby. But to somebody else, that fishing rod can be life to their family. Just because looking at your live stream, one side benefit is for people who don't want to come to church for them to watch. That is a small 0.5% of what media ministry can do. Media ministry is for all of us. Let me just call it out. For all of us who have been so lazy that we have not done the Great Commission like we were supposed to. We're supposed to go to the highways and hedges, not stay inside a building with 4 walls with nice air conditioning and heating. Media ministry so that somebody who's been coming to our church anyway, who's already been saved, who already got a relationship, who is just sitting there warming the pew, is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to reach those people who don't know anything about this. So, yes, if you want to stay at home because you don't feel comfortable with everybody that still can possibly be lying about being positive with COVID, being vaccinated or whatever, or just don't want to, hey, that's one facet of being able to have media ministry so you can stay at home. But the bigger scope is that your ministry that's out in Bug Tussle, Arkansas, or wherever you're at can now reach all around the globe and share the message like never before. That is the point of media ministry, not the low-hanging fruit of, oh, people don't want to come inside the building. So I don't know. I mean, what y'all think about that? Well, Mike, all I can tell you is kind of takes the wind out of your sails. There's some more wind for you. You don't need their wind to keep your sails going. Keep going, man. Keep going. Josh, wisdom in a 13-year-old. Just one person can change someone's mindset for good or for bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. Streets of Destiny kind of saying the same thing. Our pastor understands and appreciates other leaders are not sure. Hey, you know, sometimes, and I say this about this YouTube channel and for me, a lot of people didn't understand what I was doing. So sometimes you just got to catch yourself on fire and invite people to watch. At this point, I remember, and like I had some people at church today say to me, it's like, man, AJ, you all over the place, man. You know, you international, you this, and this. And I'm so thankful for that because I remember when no one was saying that. When everybody was like, oh, AJ, why did you step away from music? Why did you do this? Because I knew my worth, and I knew that I got called to do something. You know, when God calls you for whatever your task is, he didn't call a conference call. He called you. He didn't invite 50 people to tell everybody what he's blessing you to do. He called you directly, not a conference call. So I don't need to get permission from anybody or confirmation from anybody when I know that now it is good. It's nice to get a confirmation from somebody. That way, you know, just like when Joseph got confirmation about Mary and with Jesus and everything like that. Hey, it's nothing the matter with that. But I'm saying don't go to another man or woman to ask them, is this what God wants me to do? No, don't, please. I'm not your pastor or nothing, but I know enough. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have to seek and have a relationship for yourself. When you have that relationship, you'll know what direction you need to go. Just like with me, when I was hesitant about what I was going to do, I talked to Kyle. I brought him on here multiple times before. I talked to Kyle as a friend that I trust, and Kyle was like, AJ, I know you. I know that you know when God's told you to do something, you're going to do it. What I think you need is assurance. He didn't tell me, give any type of mindset of, well, I think God said, no. Ask for assurance. Ask God to show you in an undoubted way that you can't, kind of like with the golden fleece. Prove this for me, God, so I know that this is exactly what you want me to do in a way that I can't mess it up, you know? So I don't know. I didn't mean to go on a rant. But let's go back to Lamoris here. My pastor threw me under the bus today live during his sermon. To him, probably jokingly. Normally it wouldn't bother me, but live though, bruh, I've had that happen as well too. I've had something similar. When I was on the keys, it's happened before. I've had it a couple of times. So you are in good company. It's messed up, but Thank you. Adam. Good evening, fam. Got a question. I'm streaming from OBS to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'm set at 4700 bit rate internet with 100 meg up and down. YouTube quality is horrible, but Facebook is good. I'm not 100% sure. I think YouTube was having some problems today. I saw that at my church as well as my sister's church. So I'm not 100% sure on that one. Are you using the same source in OBS? Are you using like the RTMP, multiple RTMP, something like that? We'll see. Let's go. And I know I'm missing a couple of comments because I'm yapping, but like I said, folks, I mean, this is a moment for us to, you know, like I say on our roundtables, we're all fighting the same thing, but we're inside the walls right now. We can take the armor off, and you don't have to worry about being judged by anybody else. Because again, this is my ministry, so I don't really have to answer to anybody except for God, and make sure I don't go outside the rules and regulations of YouTube and stuff like that. But hey, I want y'all to feel safe with this, and especially these are the type of conversations and deeper that we do on the roundtables that we have every other week. To encourage each other. So I really highly recommend, if you haven't, go ahead and join that. Yay. And if you're liking stuff like this, you know, smash the like button, please. I have a lot of these ideas that I want to do, but like I said, at this point, it takes a lot of work to put into this and time. So I want to make sure be as efficient with my time as possible. If y'all like stuff like this, I'll keep this on a recurring basis, but I just need to know feedback from y'all. All right. Let's see. Detoxing for life. Yeah. Hey, AJ, what about when you're trying to make online ministry and sound system very good, but church leaders, family keep using church equipment to the point where we conflicts of interest? I mean, that's really interesting. You know, I mean, see, even though, you know, of course I'm a Christian, I have, thankfully I don't have my Marine Corps mouth like I used to, which I have no shame in hiding. But I'm of the mindset of like, I want to try and help. But if somebody is dead set on having an intimate relationship with bashing their head against a brick wall, I say let them go for it. And I know it's messed up to where you don't want to abuse the equipment if somebody's not using it and they're not listening. But if somebody's not going to listen, I've learned a long time ago, sometimes you trying to help people is blocking the lesson that they need to learn that God is trying to teach them. If there's somebody who doesn't handle their money right and you keep coming in to help blessing them and getting them out of their situation, you are stopping them from learning. So sometimes if somebody wants to abuse the equipment and you know it's not right, you need to be at peace and know, like, I'll give you an example. There's so many times that I put my heart and soul into when I was teaching choir. I would sing all the parts, know all the musicians' parts inside and out. So if anybody asked a question, I knew everybody's stuff. I gave everything, but then there's sometimes that people just butchered the music, just everything. And I had to realize that in the given situation, I gave my best as I could in the situation. If you are the only one with sanity in this situation that's trying to say, we might not want to take that ATEM and put it underwater and try and run it. And if everybody is dead set on doing it, hey, you know that you have done your best. And if somebody decides to do it, it's free will. You can't control them. If they want to do something stupid in your eyes, and if you've warned them, hey, I know I sleep comfortable at night that I know I gave my best. I can't control nobody. If somebody you can't save nobody who don't want to be saved. You know, that's the other reason why I say from the Bible thumpers for us, hey, stop beating people upside the head with the Bible. You'll win more people just being you and seeing the Bible in you than trying to beat people over top of the head. That's why I say I'm just being honest. I think it's the stupidest thing ever is for people to, and again, this is me, this is AJ's opinion. I think it's the stupidest thing ever for anybody at this point, after going into 2 years, to say, oh, this live streaming stuff is stupid. Y'all just need to hurry up and get back in church. Honestly, me personally, I think that's the dumbest thing ever, because if anything, I've seen ministries with 5 people grown bigger than those churches that have hundreds to thousands of people in there because of this thing that's so stupid. So I don't know. But if you look at some of my older videos, I've changed them. I don't argue with people. My stuff is, I try and help the people who are looking for it, and the people who don't believe in it, I don't even waste my time with that, because that's a waste of your time. And like I said, my number one thing is I hate my time being wasted, because the time I'm giving y'all right now, I'm never going to get that back. I can always get more money. I gave somebody A10 Mini Extreme. Okay, I can always earn $995 back. I can't get the 15 to 1 hour to 3 weeks of time that I put into you or into anybody else. That's why I am dogmatic, and I am just really intense if somebody wastes my time, because I can't get that back. So sorry, that was a tangent. But Streets of Destiny. When I came to this church, the pastor was always on Facebook Live and uploading to YouTube. He asked other leaders pitching, then COVID pushed the leaders. I'm the one pushing more live stream. Hey, sometimes you need that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, so we got some more people saying yes, they want some more of this. I appreciate it. I would do my best. Let's see. Otis, what's going on? Public, big thank you, Otis. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom on the X32. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Back to detoxing for life. Pastor Son self-sabotaging us and conflict of interest when trying to address their family members being the problem, so I'm taking a break again, man. They don't separate personal from church equipment. Hey, sometimes you got to take a break. I'm learning that more and more as well. SDT live streaming. Some feel that streaming has made people lazy to stay at home. I feel that those people will have their just due from God, but we help the people who can't come and those who are seeking the good news. Hey, my whole thing is like, I remember, what's the PC way of saying this? Everybody, excuses are just like butt cracks. Everybody got one, and I think when it comes to an excuse, you don't need to have a justification for it. So why even waste your energy? I remember somebody says, like, excuse me, sir, went to their neighbor saying, hey, can I borrow your lawnmower? And they were like, oh, no, you can't use the lawnmower because the sink is is leaking. What does that have to do with it? When it's an excuse, it doesn't have to be justified. An excuse is an excuse. It doesn't matter. So honestly, who cares if they want to be lazy? Again, it's not our responsibility, unless somebody can show me it in the scripture. It is not our responsibility to hoard and keep the saved people in our building. That is not the Great Commission. The Great Commission is go. Why do you think it's called go online or go live? It's to go out to the highways and hedges. So I don't know. That's just me. Brian, what is going on? Otis, yeah, we have the same issue. Our musician leaves equipment on all the time when we aren't there. Yeah, it's like sometimes if people don't appreciate it, you just have to let them hit their head against a wall and see their blood come from it. You got to let them feel the pain. Like, I remember sometimes I was saying to one church, I was like, hey, we need to get some surge protectors. We ain't got the money for it. I really think we need to get some surge protectors. AJ, we don't have the money for it. And at the time, I didn't have the money to get the surge protectors. But guess what? Thunderstorm came through, fried half the equipment, and now you couldn't come up with $150 for surge protectors, but now we got to come up with $7,000 to replace all of the equipment that got fried that would have been saved. Guess what? We got the money to take care of that stuff. Sometimes sometimes stuff like that has to happen for people to really understand. Back to Josh, even as our pastor said this weekend, if your church isn't online, you're basically losing relevance. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sam here, agreed, it's dumb. We can reach so many people online in video and stay online for people to come back and watch the good news. Look, this is my point. This is what I say to my church too, the ministry there. Okay, we have 150, we didn't have that, but just say we had 150 people that came to service. I'm like, yeah, you're saying that's good, which it is. But let's look at this video. And a lot of people said, well, I mean, AJ, only 10 people showed up, watching it today. What happened the next day? And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. After normally a week, you've already surpassed the people who were here, and it's going to keep going on. That's why we were talking about let your message outlive you. Whatever you put on these platforms, as long as Facebook and YouTube and all these other places don't go out of business, your sermon is going to live forever as long as that stuff is present. I remember at our church, actually, let me look and see at our original YouTube channel, because somebody set this up before I came back to my church, and they put up one video for the male chorus. So here it is. Let me switch over to this real quick. Is that 4? Here we go. All right, so this is the church's original channel that I had to go and clean up some stuff. So let's look at this video here. Let's sort by the most popular. This video was done by the male chorus. I mean, a lot of these brothers have passed on, but this was done 11 years ago, and this video has reached 171,000 people. I promise you, there haven't been 171,000 people who've came through our church in the last 11 years. That's my whole point. Everybody's so dead set on having bodies inside the church. This message can go live on, and it's out there, and it's like the recurring sermon that's constantly going to be there. So yeah, a message came out here 11 years ago that impacted those people there, but it's still impacting people on and on. So if whoever was given a message from God to go ahead and share that day, it didn't lose relevance at that moment. For the people who don't want to be online, the only way your message has been heard is if you were physically there. And then now you're not running a church, you're running a country club. You just want people, members only. You know, why do we want to be stingy with what we're doing? We want to share, you know? AD Toxin, hey, that's what it's for, man. We are here for each other. Jack, hey, AJ, a question I like to ask myself is, how would Jesus leverage technology to preach the gospel if he had modern technology during his time on earth? Makes you think. Honestly, I think the same thing as well, too. You know, you really got to think, would Jesus at all be like, no, the only way you can come listen to me is if you come to the synagogue. Wait a minute, Jesus wasn't always in the synagogue. Well, if you only came to this sea when he was out on the boat. Oh, wait a minute, he did that in multiple places. Oh, wait a minute, Jesus went to where people were. He didn't have people come to him. Oh. So honestly, I think he would use it. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. Let's see. People are laughing at the stuff. Hey, you never know. The longer we talk, I have to, make sure we don't have one of the Sunday school words slip out. I get excited sometimes and then fall back, so we got to be careful. Yep, streets of destiny. There you go. Therefore, go and make disciples, not go and set up a building and make people come in and then you'll accept disciples. It doesn't say that. Does not say that at all. Yes, Sam, exactly. People can find these videos and watch them over and over again, like us watching your videos. Exactly. I mean, it's about what are you trying to do? The paradigm has changed. We can now reach people like never before. Instead of having to put up signs and standing on the street and all this other stuff, we have to evolve. We have to change. We have to modernize to where we can reach more. There you go, Lamorris. I like it. It's not about the seating capacity, but it's about the sending capacity. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Let me see what my comments are here. Catching up. Hey, I appreciate y'all joining me here, folks. Like I said, it's hopefully if this is your time to vent, hey, I'm here to help as best as we possibly can. It looks like we have caught up. None of the comments so far, but yeah, folks. I just want. Oh, yeah, we've caught up. Media Ministry wants to know: do you still do installs? If so, I need help. Yes, actually, I do. I'm actually going out of town Tuesday, and then I'm going to be in Philadelphia doing an install Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, hey, we are still out here helping. Faith to Obey. Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in the temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. Carl here. I keep saying at my church, the front door of the church is not the one you can see over there. It moved online. Hey, completely agree. Hey folks, like I said, I hope y'all are getting something out of it. Even if you can just have somebody, a group of people here, just say, "Look, I understand. I've been through the same thing." If that's what you needed, I hope you got that. You know, like I said so many times, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. You know, you're in the battle, fighting the same way I am, and I really appreciate all the stuff you're doing. Keep rolling. Just know that a lot of the stuff that y'all share, I've been there, still am there sometimes as well too, you know? So, but the whole thing is, if you were called to this task, don't let all the other stuff, if you were called to walk out on the sea, don't look to the left and right and notice how boisterous and how violent the water is. Keep your focus on the person who called you. All of the other stuff is just noise. You ain't got to pay attention to that. It'll work itself out. And I know that to be true because that's how he's done that for me, and I'm really appreciative. I'm seeing it in so many other people's lives as well. Going to a quick technical question. How is it going with the X32? It's going pretty good. I haven't had a chance to set it up because my daughter was with me, so our kitchen table that's where I normally set up the X32 because I don't have enough space. I'm actually playing around with a product that a company sent me, a couple of products company sent me. We're going to be reviewing some stuff that I think people, we're so busy talking about ATEMs and all this other stuff like that. You got to think that sometimes some of the basic stuff you need to make sure you have, like some good HD cameras, webcams. Then we also have an environmental microphone that makes it easier if you want to have people talk, but you don't want people to touch microphones. We got that coming up. We got a bunch of cool stuff that we're doing. So I don't want to be to where we're only talking about high end stuff. I want to stay relevant to what we can do because hey, some people still can't afford ATEM. It's outside their range. But this webcam here is very nice, and it's only $45. You can do that. You got other microphones and stuff like that. So we want to stay relevant to where I want to be the excuse remover. So when people say, "Oh, I can't do this because I don't have the money for it," hey, we want to talk to you about how ways you can do it, how you can earn the money to do it. And you don't need a trustee board to get you the money. And all of it is legal. You know? Faith to Obey has a question. I have a question. If Facebook or YouTube ban us, how do I stream to a website without using embedded YouTube or Facebook link? I would try Twitch. That's another platform you can use, Daily Motion. And you just have to copy their code. Twitch, I think they have a code that can do that. I think Restream still has it, possibly. Yeah, that's what I would think. It's tons. If you go to OBS and look under streaming on how many options there are hundreds of different platforms you can stream to. Be mindful of some are kind of suspect, so you don't want to go there, but hey, it's a platform to use. Back to Otis. We had a guest preacher pre-COVID who did not want us to live stream him. However, during COVID lockdown, he had no choice. Now, President-elect because we're out live stream. Okay, I missed that last part, but yeah. Hey, it's, this has changed a whole lot of people. And I mean, all I can do is offer prayers for the people who, after almost going on 2 years, are still thinking that this stuff is fake. I ain't got no words for that. Oh, Jinx, I see your comment, and that just made me jog my memory. Faith to Obey, you could, and I need to do this. It's a little technical, but you could set up a Raspberry Pi to stream to, and it can stream, and you can do a hosted for that. You can set up something with AWS with Amazon and set up your own platform to where you would stream to it, and it can stream to everybody else, and then you take the code and put it on your website. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I think AWS is maybe $10 a month if you get like the bare essential. It's like a straight server, so you're setting up your own stuff. If anybody was ever interested in me going over that, I can do that. It's been a while, so I need to refresh myself on setting something up like that, but that is an option. And then you're not going through Facebook or YouTube. You're doing your own thing. So you just got to be mindful of traffic and stuff like that, but, I mean, that's possible. Well, let me know, because like I said, to be honest, though, I am pretty much booked every weekend up until it's vacation time in December. So almost pretty much, unless you catch me for a consultation during the week, any on-site stuff, unless it's during the week, it's not an option for me for the rest of this year. But you can book something if you really need me to. Now, like I said, I'm going to be flying into Philadelphia, and I'll be there. I actually get there at midnight, Friday midnight, going into Saturday. But I'm going to be there Saturday. I don't think what I'm going to do is going to be taking that long. So I have Saturday afternoon, but then I'm going to be back with the church to test out their new equipment on a live service. Then I'm heading back that Sunday. Then I'm going to be back in Baltimore that next weekend after that. Then I'm in Ohio the weekend after that. And then I'm back in Baltimore after that. Like I said, I am more than willing to go and visit any of y'all, and that includes some international as well. Now that I got my international legs, and I've done that process, and I know what it is, so I am open. But that reminds me, I gotta renew my passport in about 4 years. But anyway, I'm open. Just let me know. Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, too. So I have an environmental mic. That's what I'm going to test out with the X32 because I'm going to use it. A company gave it to me for me to do a review video as well as for this webcam, which I need to probably shoot tonight or tomorrow. But this environmental mic, you hang from a ceiling and nobody has to hold a mic, and they can walk within a certain range and they'll pick them up easily. I'm also thinking about setting that up at my church for an audience mic. So I just set that in the back of the church, and it can pick everybody up. So we'll talk about that as well. Back to Sam. ATEM TV HD, that cheap camera POV you bought, how do you have settings on it? The ATEM Television Studio HD can only go 1080i, $59.94. So that's what I have it set to, that camera. Yeah, Jinx, thank you. I think I did mention that. Yeah, I stinks. I wish they would bring that back. Sam, yes, with the Macos, but where I've installed them, I actually have them at 1080. I have it at 1080p 30, where I have it installed at Epworth, and that's the church I'm going back to Baltimore to train with them. Oh, actually, Streets of Destiny says that the embedding is available for the paid version of Restream. Okay, thank you, thank you. Joe, I am glad it helped. I'm glad it helped. Faith to Obey, I think AWS would be a good option if that's what you're looking at. So I'll look into something like that. All right, so we got 3 votes for that. I will look into that. All right, folks. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all got a little bit of encouragement. You're able to get a little frustration off you if you were going through that. And like I said, folks, thank y'all for what y'all are doing. You are appreciated. You're appreciated by the people who are on the other end of your live stream that you will never meet. They are very thankful that you have pushed and they have a way to hear the message. So don't take that for granted, even if the people that are around you. What they say, that a prophet is not welcome in his own land. Don't be surprised, because guess what? Jesus wasn't accepted that way either. So we're in good company. So, hey, folks, y'all have yourselves a good one. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that bell notification, because you never know. We might pop up different live streams here anytime, because I was going to do something else, but hey, this came up. So thank you so much. If you have any other questions, you can always hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com. I would do my best to get in touch with you between 48 to 72 hours, and I actually found the template where this is, so I can finally update this. So, hey, y'all, keep your heads up. Thank y'all. You're not in this battle by yourself. Lean to your brothers and sisters to your left and right who are there. Forget about the denominations, folks. We're in the same battle, and we're working it together. You never know. Somebody across town that you never talked to probably is going through the exact same thing. They can use that encouragement that you got as well, and just pass it on, folks. So it's better for us to win together than for us to keep trying to do this separate. So y'all have a great one, folks. We'll be talking with y'all later on the next video. Later.